All right. We are live. But I have to start talking right away because this goes over to a podcast. It goes over to a podcast. And so I can't have a lot of silence at the top. Although a lot of people wait for people to get in, I feel like I am obligated to start talking right away. All right. So we'll give it a minute. I am on. We'll give it a minute and see if anybody else joins. I should be on Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble, but I have not gotten an alert. So let's wait a second. Let's see if anybody jumps on. Okay, we've got a few joining. Come on in. Get in here. Get on in here. Don't be bashful. Hey, Peggy. How's it going? Peggy in New York. And a supporter. Appreciate it very much. Let's see here. Okay, we've got a few on. We've got Facebook. Let's see if YouTube, is YouTube on? Let's see. I don't think so. Should be, but I don't see my channels doing anything here. So let's see here. Anybody else joins? Yeah, it doesn't say I'm live, and I should be on YouTube. So I don't know what's going on there. If you're on there you go. Hey, Bernard, what's up on YouTube? Whiplash 8011. Jeffrey from Michigan. Hey, what's up? I love Michigan. I do. I love it. I go there every summer. I've been doing that since I was a baby. I love Michigan. Let's see here. Teresa, hello. Nikki on YouTube. All right, you guys. Oh my gosh, there's a lot to discuss, and I just want to forewarn you, I have like a ton of videos. This stream service that I use is like, you can't add any more videos. Sorry. And I was like, what? And it's not even if I upgraded, I could. It's just like, sorry, you're at your max. So we'll see if we can get through a lot of them. I'm a visual person. Often I have to see it and hear it. And I think right now with some of the topics we're hitting on, I think for those independent voters, for those Kamala supporters, and believe it or not, I do have Kamala supporters that follow me, especially on Facebook. People are like, why? Why do you, they troll you, Rachel? Like, why? Because I appreciate anyone that's willing to listen to the other side. So I'm thankful that you're here. I'm thankful that you're willing. You might try to ignore it, but you're here, and I appreciate it. But I think sometimes people need to hear from people on the ground about certain things that are occurring. We've heard, especially with Kamala, man, this woman, I have kudos to her. She is extremely manipulating. I mean, she is operating under such a realm of manipulation that I've never seen before. And when I begin to pray, I know where this manipulation is coming from. My mom says that she's able to kind of cloak herself as an angel of light with like everything, just this charm and enhancement, and everything's great, and joy. And all these people are like in a trance underneath her, like, yes. But in reality, they're heavily deceived and spiritually blind. Because if you study this woman and what she believes in and what she's said in her career, she is a radical, far leftist Marxist. And we've got a lot of Americans right now that are completely deceived. They are walking in deception and a hate, right? They hate Trump so much. They hate him so much that they're almost driven to destroy what they love because of hate. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Okay. Lots of discussion, and we'll be careful. I have to be careful about some of the stuff we're doing on, because I'm on Facebook. I look at this. I filled this to the very brim, and I don't know why I did this, because it's challenging and it's steaming hot. So I could seriously burn myself. So hold on. Let's just. Okay, we're gonna be very careful with the hot tea. I don't know what. Come on, Rachel, pull it together. Jeez, you see, I burn myself on my live stream. Okay. So, where was I? Okay. So I think it's very important to, I've got to be careful with Facebook. I've got to be careful with YouTube, because we are being gaslit. I mean, guys, it is so bad how bad they're like, that's not happening. And you're like, but there's people that are like, my pet is missing. And they're like, that's not, it's not happening. And it's like, oh, you can say that so much, but when you hear from people that are literally living that lived experience, it's hard to deny it. When you see people in tears and distraught and living this life experience that the mainstream media, that Kamala Harris is telling us that's not happening, I think that showing what people are actually walking in and living in shines a light, right? And I'm all about exposure. I'm all about bringing what is hidden to light. I think that's extremely important. I'm a free speech person. I say, let the people talk, let the people discuss, and let the chips fall where they may. But I want to get into this. We will talk lightly about the debate, but I want to first address this, our particular people eating pets, our animals being going missing. And yes, according to the people on the ground, yes, they are. Okay. Yes, they are. So let's just listen to like a couple people's lived experiences, and we're going to talk about it. Here's one woman. I might not show the whole thing, but here we go.
Out and about yesterday, driving around Springfield. I was looking at the giant holes in some of our buildings. I noticed all of the old familiar spots bearing new signs in an unfamiliar language. I watched as groups of strangers walked around the city like lost tourists, and it was like a punch in the gut. A terrible sadness came over me, and I began to cry. I immediately started to think back to when I was little, walking from my grandma's house on South Fountain through downtown and all the way to Snyder Park, going to Wren's to get new school clothes and shoes, the excitement of the mall for lunch at the Blue Fox, or even better to see Santa, riding down High Street, admiring the beauty of those stately homes and their amazing architecture, dropping pennies in the fountain and making wishes. And now, all those warm memories are becoming fuel to the fire of anger inside of me. I feel like we have been invaded by some sort of pest. I'm angry that my friends and family are packing up and moving away. I'm angry that foreigners are using up the resources that were set up for the Americans that reside here. I'm angry that another country's flag was being flown in our city. I'm angry when I see our businesses and recreational areas littered with garbage left by people that do not know or understand our laws and culture and are making no attempt to learn about them. And let me be clear, this is not about race. This is about people being given the privilege of coming here from another country and having no respect for our people, our land, or our life's work. People living their life here the way they did in Haiti, angry, stealing, polluting, living in filth, and acting like animals. These are not civilized people. Opening containers in our grocery stores, helping themselves to what's inside and throwing the rest onto the shelves and floors. Pulling off of the highway to publicly clean and gut the roadkill lying there in front of anyone that passes by. Stealing animals from farmers and leaving their severed heads at the side of an old school where children play. Relieving themselves in public. Making some barbaric stew out of the birds that live in our park. This is insanity, and it has to stop. What will become of Springfield? Where will we be in 5 years? The thought terrifies me. Will it be some sort of dystopian wasteland with most of our original residents having moved away and those that cannot afford to move being locked inside their homes, living in fear? This thought is keeping me awake at night. I just want the old Springfield back. I know it was far from perfect, but at least it was still ours. Thank you.
So that is one woman's lived experience. Now, I had someone come on here and they're like, I can't believe you would show this, you xenophobe, all of these angry things. This is not about race. This is about people coming to America and the need for assimilating into our culture. And if you do not have a unified culture, a unified values, beliefs. You don't have a country. You are divided, right? United, we stand. Divided, we fall. So what are we united on with people that are acting as this woman said? Like what can you unite around on that? Like what did she say that she's seeing? Can you be like, yes, I can get behind that? Nothing. Nothing. Okay, here's another one. Here's another one.
426 Northwestern Avenue. Miss Skinner, who I'm not trying to put on the spot, is my neighbor.
Just talk to me, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And I'm done with what I'm seeing. It is so unsafe in my neighborhood anymore. I have the homeless that were trying to camp out, and I have made concessions with them, and I try to help them the best I can to keep them from trying to squat on my property. But it is so unsafe. I have men that cannot speak English in my front yard screaming at me, throwing mattresses in my front yard, throwing trash in my front yard. And I can't. Look at me. I weigh 95 pounds. I couldn't defend myself if I had to. My husband is elderly, and last night, after living in this home for 45 years, he said, Noelle, guess what? It's time to pack up and move. He said, we can't do this anymore. He said, it's killing both of us mentally. I don't understand what you expect of us as citizens. I mean, I understand they're here under temporary protected status, and you're protecting them, and I understand that our city services are overwhelmed and understaffed. But who's protecting us? If we're protecting them, who's protecting me? I want out of this town. I am sorry. Please give me a reason to stay.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you guys. Now, for the Kamala Harris supporters, for you people out there that are, do you want this for your kids? Do you want this for your grandkids? Is this what you want? Is this what you want? Because the Biden-Harris administration has done this. They are to take 100% of the blame. They took 20,000 immigrants, because they're saying that these were legal, to go work these jobs that have no idea of what America is, what we stand for, what we're about, that we don't eat pets. That's not who we are. And they stuck them in this town of 60,000 people. And they gave these people, the Haitians, a ton of money. So these people are taking over the town, and the residents there are being kicked out of their apartments because the rent has gone up, because these people can afford it. These people can't. It's causing great division. Just to give you an idea, Springfield, the median income for the household in a city is $32,000 a year. A family around $39,000 a year. They're being just treated absolutely terrible. And yes, they are claiming that their pets are going missing. You guys need to watch this. Here we go.
I am not Haitian, but I am from the Caribbean. The Haitian immigrants are indeed eating animals. Let me tell you something about these people. Not only are they harvesting cats for food, but also for witchcraft purposes, voodoo purposes. Understand this. If you don't want to take my word for it, go out there, meet a Haitian, talk to them about it. This is not something they aren't proud of. It's their culture. They eat these animals, and they use the blood and bones of these animals for voodoo and witchcraft purposes. This is not a joke. The fact that...
Okay, so he goes on and details like what they believe, what they do with it. It's part of their culture, why they do it, all of this. Now, this is somebody that lives in the Caribbean. Has firsthand experience with these people that they don't care about cats, right? That's not their, or dogs, or or some have said ducks and birds and all of this, right? And there's tons of people on the ground, especially at these town council meetings in Springfield, if you watch them, talking about what is happening on the ground. Now, of course, you have ABC News you have NBC, MSNBC, all these big news sources saying it's not happening because these people are having this happen. Then they go to the police. You can't prove, like something goes missing, but you can't prove that why it went missing or how it went missing or what's missing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my cat, like if I have a dog, and if I went to the police and I'm like, my dog is gone. I can't prove that, my neighbor took him. Like I can't prove it, but I see, but there's an idea that they do have my dog, but I can't prove it. Right? You know what I'm saying? So these reports are not being proven. And so that is the narrative. Is that what the fact checkers do? Well, you can't prove it, so it's not happening. Okay. But what people are saying is happening on the ground, they're saying this is happening. And my heart breaks for these people. And this is the thing. This can happen anywhere. To my family and to my friends that are supporting Kamala, this could happen to your neighborhood. This could happen to your kids' neighborhood, your grandkids' neighborhood. Do you want this for them? Is this what you want? Do you hate Trump so much that you're willing to completely light this country on fire and burn it all down? Is that it? An honest question. Now listen, from a Christian point of view, the Haitians need Jesus. We all need Jesus. We all do. And I would never want hate to grow in your heart for any human being that has a different culture or that has a different upbringing or anything like that. And my job as a Christian is to pray for these people, right? To pray for these people, to pray that hearts are changed, to pray that they have a moment where they come in contact with the gospel, the salvation of Christ. But it is essential, if you are going to live in America, that you assimilate to American culture, that you assimilate to American values. It is vital, or else we do not have a country anymore. And when you enact the policies that the Biden-Harris administration enact, you are calling for the destruction of this country. Because shipping thousands and thousands and thousands of people that do not align with the culture into a small town, middle America, it's like dropping a bomb, man. It's causing destruction, and it's being done intentionally. A lot of people also, I don't have this video because I could only add so many, a woman talks about her mother-in-law who was in her late 70s, early 80s, taking out her trash in Springfield, Ohio. She's taking out her trash and gets hit by a car, by a Haitian driving the car, and kills her. She dies, dead. She had just tucked her grandkids into bed. We're giving driver's license to people that don't know how to drive cars. Why would you do that? Why would you give a steel ton? It's like, oh, you might as well give them an AR-15. Why are you doing that? A vehicle it can be used to kill. And we're letting people drive around that have no idea how to drive cars in America. They don't know how to obey the laws of America. Why would you do that? To cause destruction, to cause chaos, to cause disunity. They want to collapse the system. You cannot enact a new system. You cannot enact the globalism without tearing down the current system, without breaking it. And they're trying to break it right now. And then we have the elites, right? The elites, the Taylor Swifts, the John Legends, the people that are not touched by any of this. Everything, I mean, this could happen to every single one of you on here. But it will not touch John Legend. It won't touch Taylor Swift. They're the untouchables. They live in the ivory towers. They drive around in their private jets. They party in their multi-million-dollar homes and many properties. And they tell you to just deal with it. Just deal with it. Here's John Legend, who is from Springfield, Ohio, saying, hey, we just gotta, deal with it. Deal with it. Here he is. Just a short clip of him. He talked for 5 minutes. I couldn't listen to him for 5 minutes. Here he is in his robe. I mean, I don't think this dude knows how bad this image is. He's got his robe on, cozy as can be, in his multi-million-dollar home, telling you, you need to just, deal with it. It's the Christian thing to do. It's the Christian thing to do. Here.
About 15,000 or so immigrants move to my town of 60,000. Now, you might say, wow, that's a lot of people for a town that only had 60,000 before. That's a 25% increase. That is correct. So you might imagine there are some challenges with, integrating a new population, new language, new culture, new dietary preferences, all kinds of reasons why there might be growing pains.
New dietary preferences. Did you catch that? It's so pompous. It's so elitist, and it's so disgusting and nauseating. You know what I want to say to John Legend? If, you're the big Christian, you talk about you're just Christian, all that. Take them into your home. Honestly, take them into your home and let them hang out with your family. That's what you should do, right? Do it. He won't. He would never. He lives in a gated community. No one will ever be able to get in 100 yards from him if he doesn't want them to. But you deal with it. You take it. Yeah, and hopefully your kids will be fine. Hopefully your pets are going to be okay. But you deal with it. I don't have to. And by the way, vote for Kamala. I don't have to deal with it, but you do. It's so arrogant. I'm sorry. And I don't know how people can't see it, right? How can you not see it? How can you not see this? You've got Hollywood supporting Kamala. These people that are elect, that hung out with Harvey Weinstein. I mean, they were good friends with Harvey Weinstein. Remember that? And they're telling you how you're supposed to live. And I guess this hits me so hard because I lived there. I lived in a celebrity's home. I know how these people live, and they are completely disconnected from the rest of us. They don't know how to do basic things. And yet they're going to tell you how you're supposed to live. And as a mother, my number one concern is the safety of my children, the safety of my family. And having people drive around in vehicles that don't know how to drive, that puts the safety of my family at risk. But just deal with it. It's going to take a little while. Just deal with it. They don't have to deal with it. The people of Springfield, Ohio have to deal with it. And they shouldn't have to. I'm just so. And it's not against the Haitians. Do you know what I'm saying? They're humans. And my heart is for them to assimilate, to have a get out of the witchcraft, get out of that stuff, be set free from it, have a salvation experience with Jesus. Like, that is the heart. But in the meantime, we have to protect everyone. Everyone needs to be protected. And to the little the kids that lost their grandmother to getting hit by a car, what do they not have a say? Do the women that spoke of this thing that I showed, do they not have any rights? It doesn't have to be this way. That's what's so annoying to me. Like, it doesn't have to be like this. It's all self-inflicted. And it's our current administration that's doing this. Self-inflicting. It didn't have to happen. You got to ask yourself, you want it in your backyard? Is this what you want? If this is what you want, I guarantee you, if Kamala gets elected, the borders will be open. The borders will be open. And you're looking at another 10 to 20 million. And they will strategically place them in the swing states. Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada. They will place them there so that it will become a one-party rule. And that's it. And I don't want to sound ominous. That's just reality. I'm here to tell you the truth. I'm here to speak the truth. And I got to be real. I got to say, hey, this is what is at stake. And if you hate this country, yeah, go for it. Vote for Kamala. Honestly, if you want to see it all just done, then do it. You guys. Okay. And I'll say this. Because right now the mainstream media is saying this isn't happening. Or it's not happening. These people that are talking, they're not happening. It's not happening. I remember that at the big debate, they fact check Trump, like, live. And they're like, that's not happening. There's no reports of that happening. I'm sorry, Mr. President. It's just not happening. It'll happen. It'll be proven true. Give it time. Give it time. He will be right again. Because it'll start happening so much that they can't hide it. So just remember this. Kamala supporters. It will be proven true that pets are being eaten. Just give it time. Give it time. Well, the mainstream media is telling me it's not happening, so it's not happening. It's happening. Just give it time. Oh, you guys. Okay, really quick, the debate. Let's run it down. I watched the debate. I actually did a live stream with a local radio host here in Colorado, Jeff Hunt, great guy, KNUS. If you guys are in Colorado, tune in, listen. He's in the mornings, but he asked me to come on with him and a few other people, and we kind of watched the debate live. I've never done that before because I'm that person, okay? And I will get invited to, like, hey, come to the watch party, come watch the votes roll in. Even I remember when I worked on the Trump campaign for Colorado in 2016. They're like, come, we're having a huge party and we're gonna watch that. And I'm the type of person, even though I do all this performing and I act, I like to get my pajamas on and sit in my basement and pray and watch the votes come in. Like, that's my preferred. So I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do that. That's not my thing. I get nervous, but I also, I don't know. It's like, I just don't want to be around a lot of people. Do you ever feel that way? I don't know. That's just me. So I don't want to, it's not my thing. And so, because I can be extroverted, but then I can be like so introverted where I'm like, I'm done. Like I'm done with it. I don't want to be around anyone right now. So when he asked me that, I was like, I don't know, like how would I, because I like to, I don't know how this debate's gonna go. I don't know. So, but I was like, yeah, I'll come on. So I went on and watched it and then like commented as it was playing. It was kind of difficult for me on parts because they were talking, but I wanted to hear what some of the panelists were saying because they were very witty and they had like great insight. So I got to learn how to, like, if I ever do that again, I got to learn how like to balance that. I'm not that great at that yet, but that's for the future. And I thought that nobody who watched that debate thought, now I can't vote for Trump. I just can't. And nobody that watched that debate that was voting for Kamala is now not voting for Kamala. I don't think so. I don't think it moved the needle in either direction. I do feel like it was very rehearsed for Kamala. And it is now being reported that she allegedly might have gotten some of the questions beforehand. This is all alleged, but this is from Kyle Becker. He broke this story late last night. A former Clinton advisor is calling for a formal internal investigation into ABC's News rigged presidential debate. Mark Penn called Thursday for ABC. Now, this is a former Clinton advisor, you guys. He is calling for a probe. Hold on. Mark Penn called Thursday for ABC to probe if there was some effort at rigging the outcome of this debate. Kamala Harris's scripted answers call into question whether she knew the questions in advance. She did seem very scripted, right? Like, let's be honest. Even if you're a Kamala supporter, she came across like she knew what was coming and she was ready to answer it. And then this, did you guys enjoy this? Like, just tell me okay, just for a second, let's just pause. Who does that? Like, have you ever been talking to somebody? Like, if I was having a conversation with a friend and I was like, yeah, so, and they were like this, I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, what is this? What are you? It was very like, I know what's happening. I'm confident. I know what's going on. I mean, that was very insightful there. There are confirmed reports an ABC News employed whistleblower is willing to sign an affidavit that the network gave the Harris team advance notice of the questions. The ABC News moderator, Lindsay Davis, and David Muir fact-checked Trump at least 5 times while never fact-checking Harris, despite her telling lies and half-truths that have been widely fact-checked as being false. For example, do you guys remember? I mean, she said she again perpetuated the absolute fake hoax of the Charlottesville, calling the I don't think I can say that, the supporters of Hitler and the white supremacists, that Trump said that they were very fine people. That did not happen. So watch it be like someone's on here that's like, seriously, that never happened. Yeah, no, that did not happen. When the whole Charlottesville riots, when all of that went down in Charlottesville, there are people that were historians. They loved history. They were very much concerned for the statues because they wanted to preserve the statues and a lot of the historical buildings around that riot, those protests. And so they went down there to protect. And Trump said there were very fine people there in reference to the people trying to preserve the history. And the media said that he was saying it was white supremacists and Hitler supporters. I don't think I can say that, you know what I'm saying, word. But so it was twisted, it was lied, and it's been lied over and over and over again. I mean, Joe Biden said, I got into this race in 2020, like because of what Trump said about Charlottesville and the white supremacists down there. Like it was all a lie. It's all based on a lie, right? And who is the father of lies? Okay. Never fact-checking Harris, despite her telling lies and half-truths, widely fact-checked as being false. The debate moderator, Lindsay Davis, has previously boasted on air about literally being Kamala Harris's sorority sister. I mean, it's so biased. Like, sorority sister, I will totally do the debate. Got you, girl. I got you covered, okay? That's sisters, sorority sisters. Harris is also good friends with Dana Walden, who is Disney's co-chairman and oversees ABC's news. She is the boss of the debate moderators, and ABC News ran a 3-on-1 presidential debate and thereby committed election interference. This is a huge scandal, and ABC must be investigated. So we'll see if they launch a probe into this. But you've got two women that are buddies with Kamala that are like overseeing this. And then you've got David Muir there sitting there fact checking. And another thing that they fact checked was Trump talking about full-term abortion, that's actually taking place. And when you talk to people that are pro-abortion, they're like, no one is getting an abortion like late term. That's just not happening. And when Trump talked about Ralph Northam, remember Governor Ralph Northam, there's video of him. If I would have had more space, I would have pulled that up, of him talking about, as governor of Virginia, talking about what happens. What do you do if a baby survives an abortion? Like, what do you do? And he goes, well, if the baby survives an abortion, you would take the baby after the birth and you would just set it down in another room. And then you would go talk with the mother and, decisions would be made. That's infanticide, you guys. And he is on air saying that on a radio show. And Trump was referring to that. He's saying, no, it is happening. And you ask Kamala, gosh, and see, there were missed opportunities for Trump, because if I was Trump right there, I would have been like, hey, Kamala, do you, and I do like it how he said, do you support the abortion in the 7th month, the 8th month, and the 9th month? I mean, that needs to be asked. Answer the question, Kamala. She didn't answer any questions. Did you see that too? Go through the debate. Go rewatch it. She did not answer. She avoided all answers to the questions and had like a script ready to go when the question was answered. And afterwards, you're like, did she answer the question? I don't even think she answered the question. But again, it's that manipulation spirit that she's operating under. So people are like, did she? I don't know. It's just, I'm so, like, I feel, what? Like, that's, okay. So she did not answer those questions. But I'd like their party to say, what do you do with a baby that survives an abortion? Because they would guarantee tell you that they just let the baby die. And I don't know how you can expect God to bless a nation if we're doing this. This video went viral after that when David Muir decided to just fact check Trump right there, saying that late-term abortions aren't happening. Watch this one.
The Care Clinic in Bethesda, Maryland.
Thank you for calling, Karen. How can I help you?
I'm looking to have an abortion.
How far along are you?
I'm 34 right now. I am in a pretty desperate situation. My boyfriend is kind of out of the picture now, so I don't really have any support.
An abortion at any stage is actually much safer than delivering a term pregnancy. It's a 4 to 5 day procedure. We do some basic lab work on you and start to dilate your cervix. After that, we do what we call the fetal injection. A needle is inserted through the abdomen and into the fetal heart, where lidocaine is injected, and that will completely numb the fetus so there's no pain. And then after that, we inject a medication called digoxin and another medication called KCL into the fetal heart, which will slow and then stop the fetal heartbeat. And then on that 4th day, depending on how your cervix is dilated, we'll break your water, and then we'll give you a medication called misoprostol. Misoprostol will sort of induce contraction and increase the dilation of your cervix. You're going to have contractions and cramping, and then we'll assist you in sort of pushing in the induction and then remove all of the products of conception. You're definitely going to feel discomfort and cramping and a lot of pressure, but we do give you fentanyl and Versed during the procedure. We specialize in later trimester care. Our doctor is very well versed in what he's doing, and he's very good.
So I'm not like a rare situation. Y'all help women this late in pregnancy all the time?
All the time.
All the time. All the time. You're voting for Kamala, you're voting for this. You're voting for this. Fully formed human being, created by God. You're voting for this. You're condoning it with your vote. That is your stamp of approval. You got to stand before God. You got to justify that. This moment that on here on earth is so short, but eternity is forever. It's forever. I don't know how you get there. And what does Kamala believe? Does anybody even know? Does she believe in God? Does she believe in heaven? What are her beliefs? Does anybody know? I mean, honestly. It's heavy stuff, you guys. Heavy stuff. So yeah, I mean, that was the debate. It was a 3-on-1. Now people are saying it is rigged. They did have the answer, allegedly rigged. She allegedly had the questions. We'll find out if this further develops. I do feel like Trump had some missed opportunities. I would have this is what you do every single time. Tell his advisors this. Listen, you guys, come on. And maybe it's because this is what I do. I study the left. I play the left, and I know how the left thinks. So I hope that Trump has people around him that are aware of how the left thinks, how the left operates, what they're going to do. I mean, she went in there and she goaded him. Like, she knew. And Trump is easily, pricked, right? He got, he took the bait on your crowd sizes, your rallies, and people leave because you just start talking and leave early. I would have just, if I was Trump, I would have been like, Kamala, you are more than welcome to join me at my next rally. Leave it at that. When they were asking him about healthcare, and I have a plan. And what is your plan, Trump? Putting him on the spot. Of course, she looks so rehearsed, you guys. I mean, whatever. But what's your plan, Donald? What's your plan? And he's like, I have concepts of a plan. The immediate response to that is, I now have RFK Jr. on my team. And our plan is to make America healthy again. Our plan is to get our children off of this processed crap food that we're feeding them, and to eliminate childhood obesity, and to get people healthy again and striving again, and to stop seeing the healthcare industry partner with big pharma to continue to perpetuate a sick society. That's our plan. And I will get more detailed as time goes on, but that's the plan. That is the plan. In case you guys didn't know, that is the plan. Ugh, you guys. So there were missed opportunities. It wasn't Trump's best, but it was 3 against 1. Kamala seemed very rehearsed. I wonder why. Because, and also, when she's not rehearsed, you guys, when she doesn't know what's coming, she she laughs. She laughs to buy time. She didn't laugh. And she even laughed at the 2020 debate. If you go back and look at her when the primaries, when she was debating Joe Biden, laughed all the time, nervous laughter. She knew what was coming. That's what I got to say. So, let's see here. Oh, yes. I kind of mentioned this earlier, but I didn't say officially. Taylor Swift has endorsed Kamala Harris. That didn't seem a surprise to me. I knew that was coming. She's a lefty. She is 34 years old, unmarried, has no stakes in the game, really, and is disconnected from the rest of the world, right? She lives in her ivory tower. She couldn't tell you what a gallon of gas costs. She couldn't tell you what a dozen eggs goes for, but she wants you to vote for Kamala. Okay. She is the elitist of the elitist, right? She drops this and then she jets off to go party with her, big pharma owned boyfriend. Okay. And anyone that's like, I'm going to vote for who Swift tells me to vote for. I can't help those people. Honestly. I mean, you're too far gone. You're too far gone. And I know people. And the people that I know that are all in Swifties, they're Kamala. They are Kamala. I could try so hard to get to them, but I just let them go. Let them go. I pray for them. They have such a hate in their heart for Trump. It's very difficult for them to see the light, So you pray for these people. That's what you got to do. But I found it very interesting that she said one of the primary reasons why she's voting for Kamala is because of, I was heartened and impressed by her selection of a running mate, Tim Walz, who has been standing up for the LGBTQ rights, IVF, and a woman's right to her own body for decades. So we saw the woman's right to her own body there just a few minutes ago with a, full-term abortion. But I want to hone in on Tim Walz's stance on LGBTQ. Are people aware that Tim Walz signed a bill into law? Okay. So if you're a child in Minnesota and you are confused and you want to chop off some of your body parts because you're confused and your parents like, I don't think you should do this. I love you. I think you need to wait. I don't think this is a good idea. This will forever change you. You can never unchange this. This is not just a quick flip it, tattoo or, dyeing your hair or getting a different piercing. This will forever mark you. I don't want you to do this. I'm not going to let you do this. I can't let you do this. He believes and signed into law that that child should be taken away from the parent that objects to a transition. And Swift supports this. How far you can fall from God, right? That's what fame will do to you. Again, she's going to have to stand before God. Narrow is the gate, you guys. I think people are, it's not this big, wide open, it's narrow. It's narrow. Okay, let's make it a little lighter for a second. A little lighter. No, I'm not going to go light yet. I have one more thing that I have to show you because it touched my heart on such a deep level and I cried, and then we'll show something funny. So I'm outside last night grilling chicken on the grill and I'm scrolling through Twitter. I don't want to cry now. And I see this video of this little boy who has like some rare hormone condition and brain condition. And he loves President Trump. And this is something that the media doesn't show you about Trump. And I having worked on his campaign in 2016 in Colorado, you see the good, right? Like I've met him a couple times. I've shaken his hand. I see how he interacts with people. I know people that work closely with him. And he's a good guy, not perfect. Will say stuff sometimes he shouldn't say. And it has made mistakes in his life. And we all have, right? There's no one perfect. But we don't hear the good stories. We don't see the good stories. We don't know the good stories because the media has portrayed him to be an evil villain. And this little boy receives a gift from Trump on his birthday. And I feel like everyone needs to see it. We need to share more of this stuff. And it touched me. And I got crying. If I could find it now. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. No. No. Oh my gosh, do I not have it? Oh, here it is. Yes, it is. Here.
Carefully. Can you read it? Out loud? Sure. It says, Dear Liam, happy 8th birthday. Mrs. Trump and I hope you enjoy this special occasion surrounded by the love of your family and friends. We are so encouraged by the strength and determination you have shown throughout your young life and send our love and best wishes to you as you continue to fight. Remember, you are never alone, and we are keeping you in our thoughts and prayers for continued care and good health. May God bless you and your family. Stay strong. Sincerely. Can you tell me who signed that? He knew it was your birthday coming up? What do you say to him?
I love you.
What else do you say?
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Like, it'll make you cry. Oh, so that's Trump. And that's what he does. There's letters like that all the time. He gets to people. He's very active, and story after story of his good deeds throughout his life, of his kindness, his generosity. And the media never shows you that. They refuse to. Really quick, I want to give a shout out to one of the people I partner with, Redemption Shield. They kind of protect you from a lot of the electromagnetic radio waves and all the stuff out there that comes off of cell phones, 5G, all of that stuff. They have tons of products, redemptionshield.com. You can go there. I have the little fanny pack you can wear. You can put your cell phone in here. It protects you from any kind of radio activeness coming off of your phone. And I use their grounding sheets at night. It's kind of like a detox for your body in a way, just kind of ridding you from anything that you've been exposed to throughout the week. It does help with inflammation. It helps with better night's sleep. It helps with just kind of a peace of mind. Yeah. And you can get those at redemptionshield.com. You can use the promo code MOM and get 10% off. All right, you guys. And I want to wrap this up with a video that's actually, this just shows you the censorship that Facebook puts me under, and especially now that we know they target satirists, which is what I am. You might not have seen this. I think let's see how it's doing on Twitter right now. Twitter, it's not being censored. It's doing well. It's about at 600,000 views right now. It could keep going. A lot of people are relating to it. I think it's got like 1 view on Facebook. And not that much on YouTube either. It's amazing the difference when you see, hey, like no holds barred. Let's just let the people decide whether they want to watch or not watch. We're not going to control it. But this video kind of captures my life. I have a lot of family and friends that can't see it. And for years, it's like you just hit your head against the wall. Or my thing is I know they're starting to see it. Like I have this bizarre, not based in reality, hope that, they're going to start to see it. They're going to get it. They're going to see it. They're going to come around. They're going to come around. And they haven't. And it's disappointing. It's disappointing because I am concerned for them. I really am. I'm concerned for their kids, and I'm concerned for their grandkids, and what kind of country they're going to leave for those that come after them. And God has dealt with me on that. He has been like, you know what? Only I can change them, Rachel. Only I can get to their heart. Only I can transform the heart. And a lot of this I'm finding is a heart issue. It's you got to change the heart, right? And only God can do that. Like I can make that person in the middle. I've had people write me, send me messages, emails saying, hey, I used to be a lefty and I now see it. Or I used to be a Democrat and now I see it. Thank you. Your videos have helped me. They made me laugh. They made me see things. It's kind of like showing a mirror to me, and I was able to kind of see the truth. And that's really encouraging. And I can reach those people. But some people you just have to pray for, right? We just have to give them to God and pray that their hearts are softened and that what has been covering their eyes to seeing the truth that they see. But I thought this was funny because this video kind of just captures my conversation with those that can't see it, and maybe you can relate. So here's the latest satiric video. Taking people's pets. That's what they're saying on the ground is happening. No, they're not. Yeah, that bipartisan border bill did nothing to secure the border. Yes, it did. Tim Walz has been to communist China like 30 times. Doesn't that concern any of you? Or that can't be true. 30 times? Okay. Well, Kamala has repeatedly said that she wants mandatory gun buybacks. No, she's never said anything like that. Kamala's father is a Marxist. And get this, his name is Donald J. Harris. Oh, stop. That's like a crazy rumor. It's not true. Some non-citizens are registered to vote. Seriously. No, that was fact-checked, and it was proven to be untrue. Venezuela opened their prisons, and now we have Venezuelan gangs in Aurora, Colorado. There are no Venezuelan gang members in Colorado. Willie Brown was technically married when he was dating Kamala. Oh my gosh, just stop. Stop. You're part of a cult. I think you're part of a cult. There were FBI agents in the crowd at the Capitol on January 6th. You guys know that, right? Oh, here you go with the conspiracy theories again. No police officers were killed by Trump supporters on January 6th. You should just keep your tinfoil hat on all the time. Just put it on. Trump never called white supremacists in Charlottesville very fine people. I mean, that's been debunked. So. Yes, he did. He did. I'm pretty sure he did. There are facilities in some states that are providing full-term abortions. No, that is not happening. Putin said he wants Kamala to be president. No, he's using reverse psychology. That's what he's doing. I mean, he invaded Ukraine with Kamala as vice president, so you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. That's my hope, is at some point they do figure it out. And whether it's through prayer or you having that conversation with them, or at some point something happens that opens their eyes, it does happen. So don't give up. Don't give up hope. Don't stop praying. Don't stop speaking the truth. Don't stop being a light. Don't stop. Never, ever stop, right? And trust God. Trust God. I mean, I will get emails of people that they didn't see it until COVID, you guys. They did not see it until COVID. Once COVID hit, like, boom, it was like, whoa. And they woke up. They woke up. I mean, a lot of people, some people move at their own pace, kind of a thing. And so just pray that something happens, that they see it, that they are able to wake up, because it goes beyond Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not Trump. We're voting on the policies that will protect the future generations after us, that will preserve America and everything she was founded upon. That's what we're doing. It's policy. It's not the people, it's the policies. So, all right, you guys, that is a wrap for me. I got it done in about an hour, and that was the goal. I do want to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. I'm so thankful for you. You keep me going. You really do. You're such an encouragement, even through the censorship. Even through, oh my goodness, I mean, just with a few weeks ago with Mark Zuckerberg literally admitting that the Biden-Harris administration asked them to target satirists. And so, I was demonetized. I was completely shadow banned, completely knocked down, still struggling on some of these platforms, Facebook, YouTube, starting to bust through on X, thank God. but it has been my supporters. It has been my supporters that have been faithfully just trucking along with me. And we've had some emotional moments, and I'm thankful for them. I really am. I'm so thankful for them. I'm blessed. And that is a way for you to get involved, is not necessarily supporting me, but supporting people that are willing to step out and to speak the truth and to go toe to toe and are willing to shine a light on what other people don't want to shine a light on and are willing to reach the middle. I mean, we have to reach the middle to win. And so supporting people that do that is a great way to keep this going, right? I mean, that's what we got to do. So hey, Brett, another supporter of mine. What's up? Thank you. So that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. It's that beautiful time of year. It starts to get cool at night, cool in the morning. I actually had a little heater down here with me this morning, which is crazy. I don't know. I'm not ready for winter yet, you guys. Like, let's one step at a time. But I do love this time of year. Anyways, all right, you guys. God bless you. Keep praying for this country and have a great weekend. We'll talk soon. Bye, guys.